Oh my god. Oh my god. It's only been enough. I'm dead. No. Uh, what am I on about? Sergio? I did not sleep until I think 5 a.m. I did not fall asleep, and now I'm like tired. I'm tired. What am I on about? I guess it should be normal. Normally. Normalize nuclear bombs. I'm part of the shadow government. I'm a part of the body. Oh, no. What is it? Where is golly? What it's on my put it like right up here. Alright. Yeah, we're just here hanging around. We live. We live. We live. Yeah. I swear if you guys. Um I actually wanted to make a video like this for a little bit, but since I tried doing it, but I was like, no. I think I did make one, but did I have to delete it? I don't know. All I know is that I made like a video or a live stream like I think last month. God, I need to drink water. I think I need to rest. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm definitely falling asleep. Let me take my ibuprofen and then I'm knocking out. Three. Okay. Okay, so it was like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, so I want to do like this whole discussion. Yeah, I want to do like this whole discuss. I did this whole discussion on like how on my thoughts on indie animation, and the supporters. I had a lot to say, but I didn't know how to say it, and I found a video. I found a video. I I don't know what his name was, but he made like a. I remember the first time I watched the video in one of his videos. It was like I think in December. I think somewhere no, I think it was in around middle of last year. Um, and basically, he made like a very valid point because, or no, okay, I'm sorry, I gotta get my head together. All right, so it was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna need to drink some soda or something. I don't know. I'm not drinking coffee, dude. So I cannot damn well I can't. The so yeah, it was like so to bring my thoughts back together. As I said, 3 weeks ago, I made a video where I was just discussing the whole animation, Hollywood indie supporter stuff that I started noticing. Just my general thoughts on it. The and how like I think that people that are part of like the indie landscape, are I feel like we should be very wary of them. I forgot what exactly I said in that video, but all I know is that I did bring up like this one guy that I watched um but I watched like a few months ago. I know that it included this him talking about this one lady called Lester Bell. And Lester Bell, hearing about Lester Bell was the primary reason why I want to make that stream because it was like this bitch is so retarded. Ay, ay, ay. It was like, no, dudes, I can't with that. Because I never heard about her until that one video, and I was like, you know what? I'll just watch it. Or I think it was her. I think it was his or someone else. I forgot his name. I forgot his name. All I know is that what is it? All I know is that I talked about him. Yeah, I brought him up and I said how like he made some pretty good points and about like this lady, but all I know is that he brought her up and talking about her. I watched the entire video, all his entire video, and I was like, dude, there's no way. And then when I went onto her channel, Lester Bell's channel, I realized that's all she ever posted. It feels like it feels like she wants to get political, but at the same time she wants to discuss movies and and it's really dumb because she keeps saying 2025 was the worst year, but how 2025 was the worst year for movies. But from what I found out from the guy, and I think I managed to find it, it was like middle of June, July, and it was like there's several movies that are gonna come out that same year. How are you already saying 2025 is the worst year for movies? Like that just doesn't make sense. It would have that just doesn't make sense. One, her whole entire point. I'm trying to look at myself. What? It's because I'm trying to relax. Um, it's because her entire point is valid. The entire point is that she believes Hollywood is terrible and they've been releasing all these terrible movies. But it's like 2025 brought us some very good bangers of movies. Superman Legacy, that one, I have yet to see it, but yeah, I haven't seen it. But I was a little upset that I didn't see it in theaters, so I actually have to watch it on streaming. Superman Legacy was one movie that I hear was very good. It was a very good movie, but just that a lot of the criticism came from Snyder fans. It came from Snyder fans and people who didn't know who Superman really was. Which Superman, he is supposed to be a symbol of hope, and it's not just in him having good looks or him not just having good looks and having these superpowers which and people looking up to him as like a god that's supposed to make him be like this very appreciative character. It's really his genuine compassion that he has for protecting all life. I remember I did see clips. I did I remember hearing how there's one scene in particular from the movie that there's people thinking, oh, it's so dumb, it's so weird. And it was when he was saving the squirrel during the massive monster fight. And all he's been trying to do was he's trying to risk not letting any he's trying to lure the monster away from the city so he could continue fighting it from there. He's trying to talk to it and is like Vaz, I feel like I'm spoiling. Vasman this one, and there's like this one group. I forgot what their name. I don't know what their name was. But they come in and then they're just straight up trying to kill the monster. They don't care I guess they're trying to just straight, they're just trying to defeat it, even if it's in the city. But Superman's trying to lure it away from the city so he could fight it from there, possibly. And there's this one moment where a squirrel is about to get crushed, and he rushes in and saves it. I was like, that's such a Superman thing to do. And a lot of people really like that scene. Even James Gunn liked that scene. He wanted that scene in because it showed his compassion for all life. Because it shows his compassion for all life on Earth. And a lot of people are saying it's yeah, I would agree. It is such a weird move. It is a weird scene. It is like a pretty funny moment, but it like shows you how compassionate Superman really is for everything on Earth. Um and a lot of people have been saying, and but members like the Snyder fans and comic book comic book fans are like saying, now I'll be honest with you, this coming from someone who hasn't read any of the Superman comics. I'm not really a comic book reader, but I've seen plenty of Superman. I grew up on Superman's the animated series. I did watch. I think my family they have the original Superman cartoon. Um, I think I did watch the original Superman movie. I forgot what his name was. But it was the first Superman. It was like the original first Superman movie. I don't know if I did watch it. Superman Returns. I remember watching that. I was like, "Ooh," it was kind of fun, but the thing that got to me was like, was is it part of the, was it part of the? I didn't know much about it, but I didn't know much about it. I was just lost. I just didn't know if it was based on on an existing comic, or if the storyline was based on a comic, or if it was or if it was a sequel to the original Superman trilogy. Um but either way though, from what I found out when someone was talking about it, It it has this weird thing where it supposedly is connected to the original, but it isn't. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm lost on that. But I did watch it, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was pretty sad, but I enjoyed it overall. Yeah, it's a Superman's the anime series I grew up on, and I thought it was a really good show. Um, Yeah, I do. But either ways, though, I haven't really read much of Superman. All I knew was that he's someone that a lot of people looked up to for his compassion and really his kindness towards everything and trying to give people chances. But if they don't, then it's and very genuine threat. It's like, oh yeah, he's gonna have to slam them. Um, but yeah. Um, what else was it? Well, Superman Legacy was one of those good movies. By here, what it was a lot of people really did enjoy it. There was another movie that came, Predator Badlands. Oh my god. Predator Badlands is a reason why I cannot trust any movie reviewers at all. Um it was a good movie. I mean, I guess I would see why no one will like it. I mean, it's an enjoyable movie. I liked it. Went to see it twice. Not just because I'm a Predator fan, but not just because I enjoy Predator and and because I like the movies. Um, it's because like it was really a great movie. I thought it was a good movie. I liked every bit of it. I liked the planet that he's on. How it's showing that predators they have to adapt, how predators have to adapt if they want to survive, you know. And that's something that's a well-known fact, which is that Yautjas have to and it is something known that I'm pretty sure Deck was a young blood. I don't know. I think he was a young adult, maybe a teenager. Um, all I know is that he was hot, and usually what's said is that he. Who is that? My boy Edward. Bunny Love. What's your opinion on Lily Love Raids? I think Lily is loving so and did not torture any children whatsoever, dude. Man, I don't want to talk about Poppy Playtime. I don't even want to talk about that game. I only seen gameplay. What is it? There's this one, I only seen gameplay of Chapter 5. That's possibly the only piece of gameplay I've seen from the game. Just Chapter 5. It just came out. There's this guy, Don Plays. He started talking about it. He played it, and I'm like watching it, I'm like, I don't know. I might have to check this game out for myself. Um, but yeah, but yeah, Predator Badlands. It was like it is known that the young bloods, the young adults, the teenagers are usually considered to be the most hot-headed and overzealous and overconfident. Um, and it's really, I guess it's reasonable for Deck because he fights more with anger and it, and he remains unfocused. There's that cave fight. There's that cave training between him and his brother, and you can definitely see a lot of that hot-headedness. And I was like, oof, yeah, no wonder. Okay, yeah, it was a pretty cool scene. I thought the movie was cool overall. I enjoyed it. Um, you know, I guess I guess there are people that are gonna be like, oh, I mean, I like it, but like Tia is like, I don't know. Like I guess I kind of understand from Tia's perspective. She's not overly annoying, but it's like she like I still like her as a character, but I kind of would see if someone would kind of be like, yeah, I already know how I feel about her, and it's like, yeah, it's okay, I understand. I mean, it does lead into the fact that she is a synthetic who's, I guess, eager to explore, but yeah. Yeah, but overall, I think I enjoyed her as a character. Bud, the little being, I think he's pretty. I think she's adorable. Okay, I remember hearing about a lot of, I am I remember hearing about a lot of people were like looking at the trailer, they saw Bud, and they're all like, oh no, a lot of people were like, oh, Disney is doing some, we're gonna sell, dude. So far, I have not seen a single piece of merch or a single piece of advertising that's focused on Bud. To be like this little side character. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess it's funny that people would joke that Deck is a Disney princess because he has a little animal sidekick. I mean, considering that Fox is under Disney, but like saying that, trying to accuse the movie of trying to getting Disney-fied, that's like, dude, they do not put focus on Bud. They mostly focus on Tia and Deck. Mostly Deck, especially since he's supposed to be the guy we're following. Um, Bud is not giving. I mean, there are moments where it's like, oh yeah, it's funny. I thought Bud was funny. But I think she does add to the story, and it's very interesting. Um, I need to watch the new. Yeah, you definitely. I think you should, dude. I think you should. It's on Disney Plus. If we hang out, then I might as well just do it. Yeah, we watching that movie. For Balance though, I enjoyed it. I definitely did enjoy it. Um, and yeah, that movie actually did well, despite what a lot of people have been saying. And people were like saying, and what pissed me off was that people were like saying that it's getting Disney-fied. Disney ruins the franchise, and it's like they have not ruined the franchise. Predator Killer of Killers was a movie that was released somewhere middle of last year, and that was a very good movie. I thought it was an enjoyable animated movie. I enjoyed it. Um, Yeah. It was definitely as good as Prey. I remember watching Prey and I was like, yeah, but it's actually pretty good. I mean, sure, it has the same story, I'll be honest with you. It has like that same basic premise of a hunter is going one of the Yakuza's they go down to Earth and they're hunting, all right? And at the end they get killed. Um it kind of does go back to the basics with that, but it does something interesting where it takes place in a different time, right? This time taking place during the 1800s, um, with with Native Americans and settlers just barely coming in. I thought it was good. I thought it was very good. It was definitely a much needed movie. I enjoyed it. For 2018 though, nah. I cannot take that movie seriously as a prayer movie. That movie, it's like in a way, it's almost like a guilty pleasure for me. I enjoy it because it's funny, but I can't take it seriously as a Predator movie. It feels almost like it's parodying the franchise but also trying to be as serious as it can. I was like, "Ugh." I guess I enjoyed it, but I was like, I don't know. I was following on the development of Predator 2018, and I swear I was upset. Like we were originally gonna get two predators, two fugitive predators that would have teamed up with the humans to take down the hybrid. And then the whole movie I think would have had a massive focus on hybrids and DNA splicing. And there's like concepts that you can find where it shows like where I definitely know one of them was a Yautja monkey like hybrid, and I thought it was interesting. I was like, how could we dip this for a movie like this? I don't know. It was upsetting. It it was very upsetting when I heard. Like I think in sixth or seventh grade. Pause. I think I should pause between six and seven. Um, yeah, I followed on that movie and since I think sixth grade now I think about it. And I was like, dude, this looks so cool. And then once the movie came out, I was laughing. I swear I was laughing at the entire movie. I was laughing in the theater. Especially in that bus scene. I thought that bus scene was funny. But either way, though, the movie I don't know. It had this unique concept, but the execution was terrible. A lot of people agree that it was not a very good movie. Even people that just watched it and that aren't prayer fans, they did not like it either. I mean, maybe it was a guilty pleasure for them too. But it was like, no, dude. I don't know. I could not take it seriously as a prayer movie. I could not take it seriously. More, maybe a parody, but as an actual one, no, I can't. Stop! That was all I was worried about. Not 6'7". No. Oh, I'm too tired for this brain rot. Right. But yeah, Fair Balance was a good movie. I recommend it. The what was another movie that came out? Superman Legacy. I haven't seen it, but it looks good. What was Zootopia 2. My Sister Follow was a good movie. Um, I haven't seen it, but my sister definitely says it's a good movie. Good Fortune, I thought it was interesting. I haven't seen it though. What else? What else? What else? Primate, I haven't seen it, but the idea of a monkey going feral, that's almost like based on that one on I forgot what his name, but there's like an actual there's like an actual event. There's like an actual tragedy that happened that involved a woman who used to take her or it involved a monkey. I forgot what his name was, but it involved a chimpanzee, and I guess the person who cared for him, she cared for him like he was her own. But the thing was, it's a chimpanzee. Where I don't know if you're like Michael Jackson, who I hear had a chimpanzee, a monkey, and you could care for it and have it not attack anyone. um, then yeah, you could do it, but she was not bad. Um, she was not bad. And I guess something happened involving her friend, and I guess the monkey got so mad it went after her, and it just I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. It was like the monkey sliced this lady. The monkey harassed, freaking, what is it? Ripped this lady's face to shreds. All right, and she got surgery, but it was like the monkey had to be put down because it was aggressive. All right, and it was like scratching, biting on this lady on her face, and it was like that was a moment where he had to get put down because he was dangerous, you know? And I feel like that's what Prime is based on because it has a similar premise. Like it's a chimpanzee, it's a chimp gets taken in at that gets taken in like a friend, only for it to turn on them unexpectedly. Now I don't know if it's unexpectedly or if it's because of something else, but I definitely know it. But from the trailers, it's almost like yeah, it's almost like it did turn on them because of instinct. I don't know. Song Sung Blue. I have not seen this one. I wasn't too interested in this movie. It's got a 7.3 on IMDb, 77% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 61% on Metacritic. So not too bad. Not too bad. I think it did good fortune. Same, it was 6.5 out of 10, 78% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, 60. So I guess not too bad. Um, pardon me. 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb. So 78% on Rotten Tomatoes. And what else was? 58% on Metacritic. So a movie that, no. So I guess maybe, I don't know. Si Good Boy 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb, 90% Rotten Tomatoes, and 73% on Metacritic. Good Boy Good Boy was another good movie. I mean I haven't seen it, but there's this one guy by Watch for a movie for ending explain videos, and he goes through the entire summary, and he I forgot. I think it's film explains or something. But Good Boy was a very good. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it sounded good. Until Dawn, I hear was a pretty bad movie. Yeah, Per Balance. Yeah, Per Balance did pretty good. 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb. 86% on Rotten Tomatoes and 71% on Metacritic. So it did actually pretty so it did do pretty good. And all those people that are saying, "Oh no, it did terrible." No, dude. It's Rotten Tomatoes 86. It did really good. And a lot of people actually do enjoy it. Um, oh, the Roofman. Oh, it's this movie. Yeah, Roofman Roofman, I haven't seen it, but I saw it on. I guess I did skim past it on TV, and it's a movie about a guy a prison convict who ends up having to stay in a Toys R Us to stay hidden. That's based on another story. That's based on a true event where I heard this from Zach D Films. I guess there was a guy who escaped from who there's a convict who escaped from prison, and he decided to hide out. And there was a Toys R Us nearby, and he hid out on it and stayed hidden while it was still in when during opening hours. But once closing hours hit and everyone was gone, he would just come out and start doing what he can. Anaconda. Mixed reviews on it. Jack Black's Anaconda. Okay. I don't know. Either way, though, whether they're good or mixed, I feel like a lot of these sound pretty interesting for 2025. So, in a way, a solid one. But either way, going back to Jester Bell because I think I spent too much time talking about other stuff. But but either way though, Jester Bell was on something when she was talking about all when she was doing her reviews. And the worst part about her reviews is that she says 2025 was a bad year for movies, but she only watched Disney movies from what I hear. Any other movie she has not watched, and I'm pretty sure she could enjoy some movies that I mentioned. Primate, she could have enjoyed it. Song Sung Blues, she could have enjoyed it, but Bird Badlands, she made a review on it and she called it Disney slop. I was like, how why? The moment someone brings up Disney being the problem, the moment I see any other movie like Predator, like was it Predator or maybe any X-Men or Marvel movies that came out that a lot of people were like, and the moment they're all like, oh, Disney has gone woke, they did terrible, they do a review on it and they say that they didn't like it, not because I guess it wasn't very cup of tea, they didn't like it, or maybe it was genuinely bad, um, but the moment they start bringing up politics, how it's like, oh, it's terrible because of Disney or something like that. That's the moment where I'm like, shut up, dude, shut up, shut the hell up, man. That's the moment where I'm like, I'm gonna need you to shut the hell up, man. Like you trying to bring up wokeness and how and all this about Disney. I'm like, dudes, I'm gonna need y'all to shut the hell up. Like, there is one movie though. I don't think I've ever had a movie I hated so much because of the production and all that. There's one movie though that I will give a massive exception to because it was terrible. It was a new Snow White movie that the live action Snow White movie. I swear with you, I do not care what you say about that movie. I have not seen it, but I watched trailers and I followed up on its troubled production, and it was terrible, dude. I don't know, dude. I'm like, what you all doing? First we have it. First we like. I remember hearing was it? I forgot what his name, but he was like a dwarf. He was like a small dude, but I've seen him a lot. Um, I forgot what his name was, but all I know is that from what I found out, he didn't want, he spoke up against Disney and its directors from using actual little people, from actual using actual little people, actual dwarfs. He spoke up saying that they shouldn't use actual dwarves because I forgot what the name. I forgot what it was. I forgot what it was. Hold up, hold up. But a lot of people really did hate him. I definitely know a lot of people hated him for that. And it's funny how he wants to support, how he wants to be like supportive and all that, but he costed a lot of people's jobs, possible actors. He cost their jobs. Yeah, yeah. Little people feel erased by Disney's use of CGI. Yeah, yeah. That's what it's like. It's production was so troubling. It was like, dude, there's no way. What's his name? I've seen him before. Elf. I've seen him on Elf. The oh, what was his name? Peter Dinklage. Wait, was that Peter Dinklage? I could be confusing with something else. Okay, I found it. I found it, everyone. I found it. Okay, you guys are not gonna believe. Okay, so I found someone that brings it up, and this one, damn, I thought it was 2019. No, it was 2022. So why is the seven dwarves in the live action Snow White are CGI? This was in March 25th, 2025. Disney is so this is what I'm talking about. I remember hearing this. I was like, "Are you serious?" And it was during that time where they because I know that there was a leaked image, a leaked set photo featuring Peter Dinklage along with other characters, which are supposed to be the dwarves, but he's the only dwarf there. The others are just tall humans. It's like it's called Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, not Snow White. It's the seven dudes. I don't know. I don't even know what to call them. They're not even dwarves. Only one of them is. Disney's live action Snow White remake has okay, yeah, even I enter its long term. The fact that seven dwarves are CGI has raised so many questions. Okay, so would be CGI. That's what got a lot of people talk. That's what got a lot of people talking. Disney. That's what got a lot of people. Despite Disney's marketing Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs live action film as a live action remake, the studio decided to create Snow White's dwarves through CGI instead of hiring actors. The first trailer showed off animated versions of Dopey, Grumpy, Doc, and the rest of the gang, although the movie attempts to stylize them as photorealistic. Like, look at this. Look at this. This does not look right. She doesn't look right either. All of these guys do not look right. Like, Crust. Y'all see that? Like, all of these guys. I remember seeing the dwarves. I was like, what the hell is this? I, oh no. While this may have been as sa- While this may have been seen as a safe bet by Disney, it undeniably caused more controversy surrounding the remake, with the complicated and sensitive subject dividing audiences. All right, and this is why. This is why. So back in 2022, Peter Dinklage called out Disney due to the announcement of their Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs remake. Dinklage explained that he believed that Disney was being hypocritical, explaining that it didn't represent to be progressive by casting a Latina actress as Snow White while still telling a backward story about seven dwarves living in a cave together. Dinklage has long used his celebrity platform to advocate for people with dwarfism, with him frequently calling out Hollywood's typecasting of people with dwarfism as fantasy creatures. This guy This guy did not know what he was talking about. Remember, the worst part is that you guys have to remember this was back in like 2020. This was like 2022, all the way to 2020. Because let me be honest with you, 2020 and 2021 were not the best years to be on the internet. Actually, to be even doing anything at all. All right, because like you have a lot of people. Cancel culture was on the rise. They were doing God knows what. They're being hypocritical and being I don't know. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. They were just being so fucking dumb. It was like people would get called out for something they did in the past, and it was like, and the worst, and it was like everyone would start calling them out. It's like, dude, leave me alone. I get it, okay. The worst part, like, okay, certain things I get, but like most of it, I'm like, dude, leave people alone. I swear. 2020 and 2021 was not the best years. 2022 should have been like it was a downfall, I guess, but it was still happening. 2023, it was barely happening at all. People were getting sick of them. 2024 and 2025, 2026, we all didn't care anymore. We all know better now. But it's like, dude, you, dude, you want like, like having a Latina was one thing that pissed me off. Like, I was like, dude, there's a reason she's called Snow White. Y'all know what's the craziest aspect? I think before finding out about this, I watched the. I have never seen Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs up until I don't know. Was it? I don't even. I don't even know when it was, but all I know is that I think it was before. I definitely know it was before the live action one came out, and I remember I watched it. I have never seen it. I have never seen Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Not even as a child, not even as an adult. Up, I think until 2024, somewhere at that time. I finally watched it, and I thought it was a good movie. Although I understand, although I definitely understand certain things. Like, although I, yeah, I definitely understand one of the biggest things which has my attention, which was Snow White and the Prince Charming's age. Like, I'm like, okay. I don't know. It was really weird, but it was a product of its time, though. And in yeah, it was a product of its time. So either way, it was a one movie that helped put Disney on the spotlight, and it was a really good movie, even despite that. Right? So I'm pretty sure you guys must have read it, but I'm gonna read this myself to learn nothing about. Let's take him back, and we're very proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White. It feels like I feel like there was something else that happened. I think it might have been on Disney's because during this time Disney because of a lot of stuff that they've been seeing, they had to be very careful. They had to be progressive. They were trying to be progressive, but failed. Um, yeah, casting a Latina actress as Snow White was a mistake. Because even the Latina actress that they casted, she was on something too. Oh my gosh, she was on something. Ay, ay, ay. It's supposed to be a live action remake, not a like what made Maleficent successful and the Maleficent movie and the live action Cinderella movie successful was because they did more, but did not stray away from what the original movie was. This movie is strayed too far by the end. It was like, no, it's supposed to be a simple story about Snow White getting poisoned and her Prince Charming comes to save her. Not a whole thing where she gets banished. I'm not sure she gets poisoned. Um and and she ends up confronting her stepmother. It's like that's not how it's supposed to be. That's not how like it was so dumb. It was dumb. Yeah, 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 yeah. I was taken aback too. But you're telling the story of Snow White. You know, but I was a little taken back when they were proud to cast um, Snow White, but you're still telling the story of Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. Take a step back and look at what you're doing there. It makes no sense to me. You're progressive in one way, but then you're still making that fucking backwards story about seven dwarves leaving a cave. What the fuck are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? I guess I'm not allowed. Yeah, guy, dude. I don't know which studio that is, but very proud of it. All love and respect to the actors and all the people who thought they were doing the right thing. But I'm just like, what are you doing? Dude, you costed people's po- y- as I said, they you costed possible dwarf factors, dude. What were you on? This started massive conversation surrounding the handling of Snow White dwarf characters. Disney undoubtedly considered this controversy and while nothing okay, they considered it. This could have had a hand in Disney's decision to. Hold up. Yellow. Yeah, I guess. Where you at? Oh. All right. So as I was saying, either way, this dude costed he costed a lot of possible live action actors, actual dwarf actors, dude. Yo, I remember someone brought up that point. It was like you wanna like, and it's a funny thing because there was that other movie. It was Snow White and the Huntsman. That one was like released somewhere around 2011, 2013. I don't know. But that movie actually casted dwarf actors. All right. That's why I don't know. It was a forgotten movie though. I'll be honest, and I'm not sure if they did well or not, but all I know is that I did enjoy the movie still. But the idea of this movie, this guy is literally upset about Disney, this happening, yet he forgets that there was another movie that had its take on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. All right, but it was called Snow White and the Huntsman. But the Seven Dwarfs, they still were in it, and they were not CGI. They were live action. So it really makes me mad that he said this. He thought he was doing nothing to advance. Dude, you advanced people. All right, you help people, and you had like we had was it, they weren't even there for comedy reasons. They were there. All right. They were casted, they were there, and you were casted into Pixels. Like I remember that one. Pixels, you were casted in it, and the whole funny thing wasn't because you were a short dude. It's because the guy you portrayed in that movie, the whole joke was that he thinks he's like the 80s pop star gamer, even though it's like, dude, this guy's corny. You were corny in that movie, and not in a bad way, because it feels like that's how his character was supposed to be. This corny cheater, that still believes he's top-notch gamer. But like, you saying this puts a damper on everything. What were you on? You caught like I never remember I agree with it. He costed actual actors, potential actors to be dwarves. You costed their jobs over you feeling offended. You felt offended about dwarfism being shown in Seven Dwarfs. And I think, I'm still like, you costed their jobs, dude. Now they got replaced by CGI actors, and their voice actors most likely were tall dudes. That dude, what the hell? You costed them, all right, and all because you felt offended, all because you felt some like, okay, I get it, but like. I get it, but you made Disney scared. I mean, Disney was mostly. I mean, if we weren't even in, like, I'll be honest with you, if we weren't in this time where the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, like, I did not even need to care about this movie. Like, just like all the other live action movies where it was like, okay, I watch it and I enjoy it, I don't like it. I either enjoy it or I don't like it, but I don't really care. I was like, okay, I don't really talk about it that much, but Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs remake was definitely the one movie where I'm like, dude, like it pissed me off. Even worse is that what's his name? Zegler? This lady right here? Dude, she was a prominent she was a prominent problem, right? She was a prominent problem. I think a lot of people say, how is it possible that we all, I think I remember hearing people say, how is it possible that we see Gal Gadot as the evil stepmother? How is it as the evil queen? How is it possible that we see her more beautiful than Snow White? Snow White, the story is supposed to be that Snow White was this very beautiful woman with skin as white as snow and a heart pure of gold. All right, she doesn't. She does not fit that. She does not fit that. All right, this does not feel right. And she's supposed to be beautiful. I think in the original, I thought, oh shit, she does. She does not look that pretty. She does. I'm supposed to be rooting for Snow White. I'm supposed to be believing that, yeah, Snow White's beautiful. I'm not supposed to be saying I agree that that the evil step queen is the fairest and most prettiest of them all. All right, supposed to be. And the thing was, I forgot her name. Was it Kristen Bell? No, it wasn't Kristen Bell. going back to that, and this is all going back to the Snow White movie or uh, this is all going back to the Snow White and the Huntsman movie that I was talking because what was her name? Because as I said, they casted dwarves as actors. Okay, so this movie. Okay, so I just searched it up. Um, yeah, this movie got pretty mixed reviews. Yeah, 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb, 48% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 3 out of 5 on Common Sense Media, I guess. But yeah, this movie did. But yeah, this movie did. Kristen Stewart was in the movie, and it's like, yeah, she's beautiful. That's how I'm supposed to feel. I'm not supposed to be saying, "Who the hell is this? This ain't Snow White. That's not Snow White. That's that's not Snow White. That's Summer Brown." Oh my God! No man, no manches mis, ay, no manches mi paisanos. Oh my God. Ay, ay, qué me hacen, qué me molesta mucho. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, ay, oh no, oh no. Who was the lead that started in Beauty and the Beast? No, 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 the live action one. Who was she? Who is she? Hold up, hold up, hold up. Yeah, Pierre. Hold up, what was it? What was it? That's not Snow White. That's Summer Brown. Oh my God. Who's starting that? Who's starting that? Uh, uh, Has I should have actors. Emma Watson. All right, Emma Watson was in the Beauty and the Beast movie. Um, and Snow White and the Huntsman. Oh shit, that was in 2012. It starred Kristen Stewart. Yes, as I said, this movie it got mixed reviews, and I guess it was pretty much forgotten. The reason why I know this movie was because it was on TV. That's where I watched those the majority of the forgotten movies on. Not to change the topic, dude, but the hell? Not to change the topic, but dude, I hella want to play Resident Evil 9. But like my laptop is either gonna die or bad. It's like changeable. Or I know the remix can run my laptop, but if the new game has a game engine, I suppose I can. Dude, you should just dude, you should just get what is it? Dude, you should just get if you're thinking about getting a Resident Evil game, yeah, dude. Oh no, if you don't like it, you might as well just play the original games. Like, wait a minute, you like if you I don't know if it's gonna be on the Xbox One because I know you own one. I know that you have an Xbox One. I think Resident Evil Village should be on that game. If you want, you could play that game. But if you just want to go for the the remakes can't run your laptop, but if the new game has a game engine, I suppose I can. I mean, Resident Evil 9, I know that came is not coming out on Switch. It came out on Switch too, so I can't play that game. So I have to get on the Xbox or my PC, I guess. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I kind of just want. I'll be honest with you. Resident Evil Village was definitely a goated game. I thought it was goated. But yeah, it was so dumb. But yeah, going back to Snow White and the Huntsman. Yeah, Kristen Stewart. This was before, I guess, her downfall. I guess I don't know, but it was still during when she. I don't even know. All I know is that she started that Charlie's Angels movie, and and she was like talking all this about women empowerment, and it was like the movie was bad. The movie did bad. But yeah, look at this. Look at this. What you say like when we talk about Kristen Stewart before everything, I guess during her time in Twilight and then in this movie. what would you say? You most likely would say, "Oh yeah, she looks pretty." Like that's Snow White, dude. Like she's white. Her skin is white. I want to be talking about skin color, but goddamn. But yeah, that's what really pissed me off. But yeah, yeah, like it really did piss me off. Like, but going back, but as I was saying, um, but as I was saying, the live action the live action remakes, okay, I definitely understand. Okay, I don't really care if Jezebel trashes on them or dunks on them, or if she or Snow White especially. I feel like I do not care what she says. I do not care if all of that is leads into politics. I don't even like. I don't care if that all of that leads into her getting political for no reason at all, or if she's just going on ramblings. Um, I'm just saying like, I do not care what you guys say. Dunk on it all you want. I am not gonna care. I'm not gonna stop you, dude. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop you. Alright. I'd be saying the same stuff. I don't even need to watch the movie. I didn't need to watch the movie. I saw the trailers and I was like, dude. And I followed the production. I was like, I can't fuck with this movie. I will say though is that one thing I will say though, now that we're talking about live action remakes, I would admit though, Beauty and the Beast was a good. I You guys can dunk on me and all that, but I thought the live action Beauty and the Beast movie was good. The live action Dumbo movie, I thought was so adorable too. Although I did forget about it, but I didn't watch it myself. I guess it was on Disney Channel. I guess during high school and during ninth grade, my English teacher, I think she put it on once, and I was like, yeah, I like this. And then on Disney Channel, Dumbo appeared, and I guess it was somewhere in the end, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Say what you guys want about live action movies, but like if it comes down to say what you guys want about the live action remakes, but Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, if you support that movie, I feel like you should rethink your life choices. I think you should rethink your movie tastes. Because I think you should. That's all I'm saying, dudes. But yeah, it really is. But yeah, going back to Jezebel, which was something that I've been straying very far off because I've been rambling on other things. Is like I haven't seen her. Like I remember catching one of her. I remember there was a video that she made, which was all about her. You still remember this one? Like I thought the video was dumb. I was like, "There's no way she made a 30-minute video about this." So, um, so she released a video pretty recently. Hold up. I think I can search it up. Hold up, hold up. Lester Bell. Hey, hurry up! I don't want to see that. Oh yeah, here. Like, I mean, look at these thumbnails. If she's gonna dunk on movies for absolutely no reason and give up very terrible points, then I might as well make fun of her, whatever she has here. Like, look at these thumbnails. The intolerance of Hollywood, they failed. Okay. I don't even know Starfleet Academy. I think I heard about DC Comics cringe attempt at comic for girls live reading. I don't even know about this, but it feels. I'll be honest with you. If that's supposed to be Selena, if that's supposed to be Catwoman, I'm gonna say this right now. That feels very in character for her for some reason. I think at least Money and Treasure. Okay, I think that feels very in character for some reason. Of what is it? Catwoman. Either way, I don't give a fuck. Um, and then Rachel Zegler's. What are you talking about? And it's but no one learned from it. Snow White lost 170. You see, as I said, I already care. I thought she was gonna say, and no one's talking about it. What do you mean no one? Like if she said, but no one. If she said Snow White lost 170 million dollars and ended Rachel Zegler's career, but no one. if that said, but no one is talking about it, dude, I think there's a reason no one's gonna talk about it. We want it to be forgotten. We don't care about this movie. But no one learned from it. Okay, okay. As I said, um, as I said, I don't really care what she says. Like, if it, I don't even, as I said, I don't really care if she goes into politics. If she gets unnecessarily political with this movie, I do not even care. I'm just gonna leave her to it. Say what you want. I don't care. Whatever you're saying about whatever trash thing you're saying about the movie. I agree. I guess 'cause that movie was. I don't know, dude. I'm not gonna even like stop anyone from dunking on this movie. I'm not gonna say anything. And also, one thing that's funny. Oh shit! Oh shit! I'm not even. I'm not even. I'm not even showing. Okay. Okay, I just realized I wasn't even showing. Yeah, this is a girl I was talking about right here. Lester Bell. Alright. This is a woman I'm talking about. Oh shit. I'm not even showing. Yeah, like okay. Okay, I just realized I wasn't even showing. Okay. But yeah, this is Lester Bell right here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Right? Like look at these thumbnails. Look at these thumbnails that she's making. It's so corny. Or so it's the thumbnails are so animation. They're so corny. I'll be honest with you. All right, the intolerance of Hollywood. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, DC Comics cringed at attempt at a comic for girls like reading. I don't even care, dude. I mean, dude, I'd rather watch your ramblings, your ramblings about the Snow White movie than watch any of these videos. I can't wait. What do you mean you can't wait? You're preying on their downfall. If she's talking, dude, the Mandalorian Grogu, I think it looks cool. I'll admit, it actually looks pretty fun. I'm actually finished the Mandalorian, the rest of the Mandalorian. I think I was on season 3. I, and I only watched like a few episodes, but then stopped. But I finished the rest and I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. If that's supposed to be, I'm pretty sure that is supposed to be Selena. If it is Selena in this video right here, saying, let's talk about money and men, I feel like, I'll be honest with you, that feels, at least talking about money and treasure, I think that's gotta be very in character of Selena. That's gotta be very in character of Catwoman. I don't know. Snow White, but yeah, as I said, I don't care what she says in this. I will be like, yeah, okay, you can ramble on. I don't care. Spider-Man Brand New Day highlight to relaunch the X-Men. I don't know about this one. Disney isn't ready for how much money they will lose, and she is preying on their downfall. What do you mean? I feel like people hyped about it. We're doomed. I can't wait to see their downfall. You see, now that's my problem. Is that it feels like in every video she's trying to prey. It feels like she's preying on someone's downfall. You'll ruin Batman if you make this movie. I feel like The Brave and the Bold. That's the one Batman movie everyone wanted. Or no, it was a Batman Beyond. I think a Batman Beyond animated movie people wanted. But like a Brave and the Bold movie, people were like, I think people were like discussing. They were like, oh, what's it gonna be? Very interested. Please make media for boys again, I beg you. Boys, time is up. What you mean? As a boy myself, what you talking about, dude? He's gone. Bob Iger out at Disney early. Will the New Year's be better or worse? I don't know. I don't know. I was wrong about 11. I was wrong. Wrong. That's a surprise. Massive flop. Disney's first Star Wars movie in 7 years has worse marketing. Massive flop. You see, like that's a problem with her is that she. Hold up. Let's see.
Please subscribe. We are almost to 100,000. Hello, everyone. Female Frodo Baggins here, aka Jester Bell, whichever one you want to come first. And look here, I've got a new little thing for my mic, so
And the
hopefully it
comments
gets
are
right.
on the comments on her videos are corny as hell too. honestly, I keep forgetting about Mandalorian and Grogu movie even exists at all. Like, I will agree, most like this something that I will agree with. It feels like it feels like the minute he got named Grogu, his time was running out rapidly. That's kind of funny because a lot of people still call him Baby Yoda. People still call him Baby Yoda, and it's like, okay, no one's even hate. And the funny thing is that this is a surprise from Star Wars fans. Star Wars fans, I don't think I've ever heard Star Wars fans at least once say, "No, his name is Grogu. You gotta call him Grogu." I feel like they all agree. I feel like they agree themselves that his name is Baby Yoda. I don't know. Star Wars and politics.
Gets
Oh
rid of the
boy,
audio
that's
problems that
terrible.
people have been complaining about against me for years now. But yes, that people have been complaining about against me for years now. But yes, I know that a lot of you wanted me to cover Spider Man today, but unfortunately, I have some Star Wars news that I simply must jump on board for because we have the
Weeks ago.
first Star Wars movie in 6 or 7 years coming out this
Six,
year. It's
seven.
actually going to be 6.5 years exactly.
Okay.
And I knew that it was gonna bomb. I knew that it was gonna be the worst disaster.
Oh boy. You see, now that's something that pisses me off. Like, that's exactly what I'm saying. She, she's not even. It's like the same thing can be said about Predator Badlands, or what's another movie that did good, but she was dunking on. Hold up. Ah shit. Well, now I'm back on it. Who the hell is that? It's like Girls another movie that she talked about, which I actually thought was good. I think Avengers using my and Marvel Studios new plot detail, but she's saying that while everyone else is hyped. Stop giving women smut and give him actual romance again. Sorry, dude, but nah, just kidding. The Strange Death of the Wicked. Now she's Dracula, no awards. Oh yeah, this is the movie I was talking about. Bringing the fans with no regrets. I don't even know what you're talking about. Marvel finally abandons the girl boss, but is it too late? Dude, it's a trap. Uh, instantly dies. Why are we afraid of the alpha male hero anyways? No, this is a video that the guy that was talking about that talked about her was saying was that she was that this lady was that this girl was that Jezebel, she was bringing up like alpha male hero, but it's like the was like using die he's mentioned that using Die Hard was a terrible, the guy in Die Hard was a terrible example because he doesn't portray any of the alpha male stereotypes where it's like some big strong buff dude who's easy who can go through it all. No, it's just some regular dude. It's just some regular dude that's forced to kind of become hero a little because I think they have his family. I don't know. I haven't watched Die Hard. I'm tired of misunderstood villains. They are evil. Why you gotta bring up Maleficent? You know, I remember watching Sleeping Beauty, and one of the crazier things that I remember hearing, I remember rewatching it, and I remember someone mentioning that, they would be the same. Like in the because I think someone mentioned that whatever Maleficent was in the original movie, not inviting her was basically an insult. And that's all it was. Right? So if they invited her, most likely, if the king and queen most invited her, most likely she wouldn't have done anything too bad. All right, maybe caused a little bit of fear, but she wouldn't have done anything too bad. But because they didn't, they basically caused the downfall of their daughter. Marriage Lex Newton, yeah, like Tudor falls flat. Here's why. Nah, I feel like we're gonna find a way to bring him back from the past. I don't know. Do not see. I regret watching this Avatar: Fire and Trash. Do not see this movie. I I remember Avatar. I'll be honest with you. The first two Avatar movies, You don't even know about the plot. I think the first one you kind of do, but like forgot about the plot. Is Marvel Rivals still giving fans all they want? Reaction to Rogue. Done right, dude. What do you mean? So why didn't girl boss characters appeal to women? I don't even know. Hollywood is dead. Netflix bought WB. Yeah. Yeah, like just seeing this, it's giving me brain cancer. There's nothing. This isn't sexist. Okay, but like, let's be fair though. It would still be cool. It's still I don't know. Gave me everything ZM's the. Oh, she's one of those. Okay, I don't understand the hate against Sydney Sweeney. Me personally, I don't know either. But okay, the modern TV is so bad, and I can prove why. This is the video I'm talking about. Oh my god. Prayer gets in touch with his feelings, learns to be sensitive. Disney Prayer, let's talk about her feelings. It's I don't want to watch this because I'm gonna be wasting my damn time, but I'm like, I gotta watch this to see what she says. Ah, you want chat? You want everyone? You want? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Should I watch it or should I not watch it? Because like I need to see what points she brought up so I can correct them. Because this is a video I'm talking about, which kind of got me mad. Because I'm like, dude, I know what you're doing. And it was a man who disturbs him. How dare you? Marvel is finally abandoning characters, new characters no one like. It's not. It's just how they were written, really. Is Langdon already out at DC? I don't think he is. So far, he's actually doing pretty good. James Gunn's DC has already failed. Being by anime, no viewership. All right, well, I'm just gonna watch this. You know what? I gotta watch this so I can see what points she has and then see if I can correct them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's sort of a controversy
All right, you're
yesterday
taking
with
too
the
damn
movie
long.
Predator Badlands. My brain just wants to run away. It movie Predator Bad do this. When I think about what I saw yesterday with the movie Predator Badlands, my brain just wants to run away. It was a terrible experience, one that had me cringing and laughing with embarrassment throughout the entire film. Now, you might have noticed that there's sort of a controversy online over this film where a lot of critics seemed very praiseworthy
What controversy? As in co-star as in
towards it, but for this
what
film,
controversy?
where a lot of critics seemed very praiseworthy towards it, but some fans of the Predator franchise were taking issue with some of the things that they praised about it, like the Predator is going to talk about his feelings and
You know, I watched the movie myself, and I'll be honest with you, I have heard no controversy surrounding this at all about the Predator having to. What was one controversy I remember seeing? I definitely know one of them was. I think there was something that people were. I don't think people were worried. I don't know. I wasn't really focused on the controversy. Let me search that up. Uh, okay, okay. It is the design, which a lot of people were Okay, so it was a design, but I remember people were like confused. The PG-13 rating, a lot of people were like very confused, but either way, that still worked out. And after watching the movie, I understood why. Ugh, you know, I'll finish whatever I was saying. Okay, so I still remember people were like confused about the PG-13 rating, which a lot of people were like in discussion of. I definitely remember people were like, I don't could Predator work in a PG-13 rating? Because the first and could it work in a PG-13 rating? Because they should people were like, ah, it should have been rated R. But it's like if you're watching the movie, it really you really could see why it got a PG-13 rating because he's despite killing creatures and be his brother getting beheaded and getting his arm cut off, especially including his dad, you know, I feel like one of the things is that I feel like one, and I'm not sure if it's true or not. I don't know. I could be wrong, but one of the massive reasons could be because the entire movie there are no humans at all. All you have are synthetics getting destroyed, creatures getting beheaded and cut up, and you pretty much have two moments of predators getting killed. But there was nothing. But yeah, I feel like that might be one reason. If all the synthetics were humans it most likely would have gone a R rating, possibly. And now and the head design, I definitely know a lot of people were like talking about it. We were like, wait a minute, what the heck? Is this like a new like people were like, is this like a new tribe or what are we doing with this? And people were like kind of making jokes with yeah, I'll admit I kinda laughed at, you know, people were like, hey, he's gonna take your girl twin. I think I remember seeing jokes and I was laughed at them. I was like, okay. Yeah, from the traditional portrayal of predators. But one thing is that a lot of people, I think fans have been bringing up was that, yeah, like the traditional portrayal of predators, a lot of people, there were fans, and and I definitely agree with this. It's the fact that because his dad actually has a traditional look. Right, his brother also has almost like the traditional look. He also has an almost traditional look. So it's almost like over so it's kind of weird. Most likely it's because of environmental. Maybe it's like a different tribe, but it's very weird. Either way. I don't know how to explain it, to be honest with you. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I guess if it slowly moves to the side, then most likely yeah, I think that's what happens over time. I agree that if it does happen over time where they end up getting the traditional look and he's actually young, then I would agree. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna need it. Actually, I would need to discuss. I actually do need to discuss this where. So where the game at, bro? What game, bro? I'm not gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna be playing the game, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be playing the game. Mostly I've been just here to talk and stuff. But yeah, that was definitely one of the things. But the whole woke element, that's where it's not even on the movie. It's not even the movie getting controversy for these woke elements. It's actually the people that call this movie woke that are getting a lot of backlash, right? And the people that call themselves fans, they aren't even fans at all. That's what a lot of people say. They're just tourists. They're just people that try to say that have no understanding of the that actually have no understanding of the series or the culture. Because I'll be honest with you, there's actually comics, and the comics actually do dive a lot more into the culture of the Yautjas. Um, what is it? I'll be honest with you. Sister Midnight does not sound that bad. It's actually pretty badass. I'll be honest with you. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine your queen is is also called Sister Midnight? I think that'd be pretty crazy. Yeah, hold on. But yeah, the whole backlash from fans, I feel like it's mostly from, or actually all of them are from these from people like her who always say that they know what a Predator franchise is, but they have no understanding. Like you don't even have to, like, you could read the comics if you want a better understanding. In my opinion, it does give a better understanding. Probably even play the games if you want. But but the movies, they just, I mean, they still provide you with enough. They provide you with enough information about their cultures and what they do. Prayer I think Predators from 2010, that one was a very good one. I enjoyed that. Yeah, that's a very good movie. That one does intro. No, I think it is. I think it was the comics that introduced Bad Bloods, the whole Bad Blood concept, and predators that stray away from the code, from the honor code, from the strict honor code that we have to do their own thing. You know, just hunting purely for the fun of it, not even caring whether it's honorable or dishonorable, you're just hunting. I definitely know that's the one. That's one of them. So yeah, a lot of people called it woke, and it's like, dude, what the hell? The redesign, okay, I understand a little. Well then Prey came, and Prey. I think I thought the design of Prey was badass, but I thought it was like, what the hell is this? But then it was like that idea that was actually that the Yautja scene in Prey was actually a desert, was basically a desert Yautja instead of, and most likely comes from an, in a way, almost like a subspecies, if you can say, almost like a desert one, which I think is interesting, because if that, which I think is very interesting, because if that's the case, then it makes everything, then it makes sense if it was some form of subspecies or possibly a deformed one. Feral is a possibly a deformed Yautja, but hearing that it is that there are others that look like him, but they're not like, they're not like in the traditional sense. I think that's very interesting. Because I think the last time you actually do get a uniquely designed predator that does not look like the traditional ones. I think the last one was actually, what is it? I mean, you could say wolf, but he still has that traditional look. You could say wolf was I mean, all the predators you see in the movies are pretty cool, have their own unique designs despite looking the same. But I definitely know Berserk had like this very unique, almost very insect like, this almost insect like design. Like you see this is a figure. I think that looks cool. This is how he looks. This is how Mr. Black looks. I don't know why. I actually gotta see why his name I gotta see why. I think I remember reading why, but I forgot why he was called Mr. Black. I know in Predator, Prayer Hunting Grounds, they gave a backstory. I think I forgot why. But yeah, this guy looks very much insect-like. Looks very insect-like. And then you see him in the movie, it's like, ugh, he looks disgusting. I was like, that's a point. Yeah, like you see him right there. There was a moment where it's like they show his face up close. Yeah, like you see him in the figures, he actually looks that he looks like a goddamn bug. I don't wanna know. Y'all know one type of bug that I'm like, look, that he kind of reminds me of just because of those eyes right there. It's like, ugh, it's creepy. It's one of, I don't even want to say his name, because someone's gonna you know what, I had to say his name. It's these bugs called catydids or something like that. I don't know. Those are some very, very disgusting looking dudes. Like this is almost like that's what it's based off. The eyes look almost like those things. How I know how one looks? On Instagram. very bug posts. It's like, what? Why am I watching these bug posts? Like you see these things up close, or it's just there. I think I remember there was this one book. There was this one book that my teacher gave back in elementary. It was I think I was in first or kinder. It was about red-eyed tree frogs. There was one page that had one of those things up close. I was like, I could not read this book again. I hope it gets thrown away. I'm pretty sure it did, but still, I'm like, I look at it, like I flipped up. I remember one time, like the first time I saw it, I was like, I was reading the page, I was like, ooh, and the next page, oh, is like, oh, I swear, if you bugs are the most alien, disgusting looking creatures out there. There was this one time, like I remember it's like this one at a time. All right, it was like some now it wasn't a cat did, but it was like some other it was like a little beetle. I think it was a dung beetle. No, it's not a dung beetle. It was like this little beetle like thing. I remember my teacher gave me you know, it was in first grade. I remember the teacher was passing out these little magazines for us to read. And I looked at it. I think I turned it around, or I think she placed it down, and as soon as I see it up close, it's like, oh damn, what is that? I didn't say anything, but I was like, okay. Like I didn't like I knew I had to face this thing, but I was like, ugh, ugh, it looks so disgusting. It almost looked like a disgust. It almost looked like a human. Like the mouth looked almost human. And you got the top part. It's a beetle. It's a bug. That's what this thing reminded me of. Like you want to see something like this up close? No, I might as well see some like a bug up close like that, looking like that. Nah, dude, I can never. I could never. Nah, I could never, dude. Oh, I could never, everyone. Oh, but yeah, um, I feel like there were. I think before him, I think they might have shown before him other yachtas that reject the traditional yacha hunting trials, but the thing is, but the thing is, I feel, I feel like, I feel like, hold up, what? Hold up, that was. I know franchise was introduced in the first AVP comic. The series depicted dishonorable predators who committed crimes and became hunted down by other predators for their actions. Yeah, Prayer versus Prayer was also teasing this concept is setting the stage. Okay, so it was in this it was in this. I definitely know for this one. And this is from what is it? This is from the game Predator Concrete Jungle. I know that one. In a way, they weren't really bad or anything like that. It's just that they were getting controlled. Most like because they're cyborgs. In the game, you do end up having to fight three of them, you know, and the three of them were captured, the three Yashas were captured, and you have to fight them and kill them. In a way, you're almost. I mean, it's called dishonorable, but when you think about it now, it's almost like I de- But when you think about it now, like it says. Oh wait, no. This is a homeworld comic. Yeah, this is a homeworld comic. But I know in Concrete Jungle, they weren't really bad bloods. They were just forced to do they were just forced to kill and do various things that they would deem dishonorable. But in a way, but in a way, I guess killing them, you're basically setting them free from their imprisonment. All right.
And being sensitive, does that really sound like the what Predator is supposed to be? Well, there were people in response to that who said you haven't seen the movie yet. This works. This is amazing. and I didn't really know what to think about it. And I have seen the very first Predator, and we will talk about it. Now that I have seen the movie, I have to tell you, any criticism that has come forth about what this movie does to the Predator franchise and how embarrassing it is on that front has not gone far enough. This is not this is a movie, literally the plot. I need you to understand this. And there was false advertising going behind the scenes with this movie.
False
False
advertising. What you
advertising that
talking
I
about?
interestingly also saw with Tron Ares, where Tron Ares did not reveal that Greta Lee was really the main character.
Bro, you were bro. Y'all know what's the funniest thing about here? It was from that same guy. Y'all know something about here about this is that this is the same lady that likes Jared Leto. Likes to see him in movies. She wanted Tron. She saw the trailer for Tron Ares and she was like, "Oh, this is gonna be good." It's like, dude, it's I remember I don't even know who Jared Leto is, but all I know is that a lot of people really don't like him just because of the just because of the terrible just because of the things that he does in the backstage. Hold up, what? Like supposedly he did things that's pretty terrible. Yeah, like altruist, workaholic, ex addict. I mean, why is he hated? Yeah, yeah. Like I got figuring out why is he hated. Him. I mean, I don't even want to go on Reddit. Someone could be like, mm, yes. All right, my bad. But yeah, um, why is I guess I'll just use Ranker. I guess, but yeah. Yeah, a lot of people say that Jared Leto sucked, and him and Morbius, he sucked. I remember hearing that movie is terrible. Can it? Yes, he's. I guess someone. I don't know. I didn't. A lot of people really did hate him. Hey, ads. That did not help. I guess I'll just use this one. Ooh, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? Why does everybody hate Jared Leto? Despite their best intentions, some artists cannot escape attracting hatred no matter what they do. Though there are those whose motivations are obscured by a series of bewildering and okay. Tomorrow, their 2002 self-titled debut was slow bringing success towards it's Morbin time. So I guess, so I guess he found some form of success. So I guess he has found success before. Perhaps the most notorious aspect of Lowe's career has been his method acting. Well, oh yeah, people. I definitely know that one. People. people do not like how he I guess acts. I guess people don't like his acting, method acting. While it is common approach for several, and Little has taken it to new depths and seemingly depraved and self-indulgent. Little has taken that method acting. Little has taken method acting to new depths in seemingly depraved and self-indulgent ways. Jennifer Garner, Little's former co-star, said she hated making Dallas Buyers Club as she watched the pair starve themselves. Importantly, his portrayal of Rain also angered LGBT plus and trans activists for its almost caricature-like displays of trans experience. Requiem for his dream, meanwhile, offered a sign to so basically it's his recklessness. So I definitely I was kind of right. It was because of backstage how he acts. Well, to prepare for the role of the heroin addict, Little lived on New York streets and refrained from having sex for 2 months before shooting. What the fuck? In a show of crazy personal chasms he pushes himself into, Little starved himself for months. What? What the hell? Holy shit! He fucking. However, his notoriety skyrocketed after 2016 Suicide Squad, causing the hostility for him to reach new levels. They'll played the Joker, who was featured heavily in the trailer, leading fans to believe his portrayal might be one of the best. This role was significant. Uh, significant. Leto actually only featured in 10 minutes of final cut, despite with that allegation of his bizarre behavior on set began to surface. After filming, stories emerged claiming that Leto had sent a live rat. What? And sent used condoms and anal beads? What is this? What? Imagine you're about to head out to just do grocery shopping, and all you look down, you see something like that. It's like you see anal beads. It's like, what is this? You what is? You see a dead rat? Oh no. The worst part would be just hair, their hair. You want Jared Leto, send him hair. Oh my god, what the hell is that? Oh no. He did it spontaneously to create. So Leto defend him. He argued and defended himself, saying to argument his somewhat bizarre. He did it for spontaneity, to create surprise, and to break down boundaries. The Joker has no respect for his personal space. So, what? Dude, there is no. In 2021, he doubled down, inviting more adherents I'm an artist at the end of the day. If I do something risky and you don't like it, basically you can kiss my ass. Clearly, intense stories emerged from the Morbius set. Oh my god. That wasn't all regarding. Literally, Leto felt aggrieved when he learned that Joaquin Phoenix was starring in 2019 Joker. While the movie was ultimately an immense success, the Hollywood Reporter claims that Leto tried to kill the project. There is no way. Okay. This could be when Leto has described his band supporters as a cult. 2015 in a video where he condemns Taylor Swift 1989. Oh, I don't look like this at all. Yeah, I remember that the original cut of Suicide. I remember hearing that yeah, I remember hearing that Suicide Squad was not a good movie, especially with the portrayal of Joker. And fuck her, I don't give a fuck about her. It's a fierce Swiftie backlash. He also tried and failed to sue TMZ for releasing the clip, adding to the embarrassment. So it's really different depending on what you see, whether it's his acting or his or his attitude. Damn, that's crazy.
character, and it was
Oh
actually
my god.
about her. Predator Badlands. The trailer made it look like it was going to be a super serious entry into the Predator franchise, probably going to be R rated until we found out that it was going to be PG 13, and there's a
That was
reason for
something that was
that. You know,
controversial.
where he is going on a mission
But
to
it did work in the end. The whole PG-13 rating, it did work in the end. There was another Predator movie that came out like in 2004. And that was the first Aliens versus Predator movie. Um, which that movie was actually rated PG-13. It was rated PG-13 despite this and despite all the deaths that you see, especially from the aliens and the humans, um, it does work. A Predator movie could still work in PG-13.
prove himself with his robot companion. And maybe there was thought that maybe that could have worked, whatever you thought about it. I just didn't have faith because
Ratchet and
I
Clank.
just don't expect sequels for the Alien and Terminator and Predator franchises to ever work out. But what I didn't expect is this. Now, the movie that
Wait, whoa, 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 hold up. Let's rewind that shit back.
I just don't expect thought that he is going on a mission to prove himself with his robot companion. And maybe there was thought that maybe that could have worked, whatever you thought about it. I just didn't have faith because I just don't expect sequels for the Alien and Terminator and Predator franchises to ever work out. But what I did
So she, uh, so she already, so she was already preying on this movie's downfall. She was already praying. I mean, I guess. I mean, the Terminator movies. Oh shoot! I damn well know the Terminator movies. They did not. That they had a steady downfall. That's something I heard. The Alien movies, Alien Romulus was actually a good movie. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Alien Earth. That wa- I watched Alien Earth, and that show was like it was trippy. I was like, what? Alien Earth was trippy because I mean, I'll be honest with you, I kind of thought that Alien Earth was gonna be taking place on Earth. I mean, it did take place on Earth, but I thought it would be like, it's almost like this. It all takes place on an island, right? That's the thing. It all takes place on an island. It doesn't take place on Earth. There is this weird. There is a very interesting thing where the alien in the movie in the show, my bad, the alien in the show, it does. Yeah, like one of the main characters is this synthetic woman girl who was a young girl, but who was a real young girl, but her consciousness was put into a synthetics. And the interesting thing is that the interesting thing is that Wayland Yutani corporations, you kind of expect it from them, but no, the main focus is actually on this different corporation that from what the show this from what's hinted at the show, um Whale is basically Whalen Yutani Corporate is basically Whalen Corporation's adversary, competition, right? So this guy, he was putting children's minds into adult robotic bodies, right? And that's where it leads up to the main girl. She ends up having this almost bond. She has this bond with the alien, which um, it is something that's hinted where if the alien where the aliens wouldn't. I know that in Alien Isolation, I definitely know in Alien Isolation it kind of shows this, where the alien does not see the synthetics in Alien Isolation as a threat to it, so it just leaves it alone. The synthetics don't see the alien as a threat either. So in a way, you have two villains, right? They're not working together, but it is something to know that the synthetics don't even see it as a threat. They see it as a fascinating creature, which in which the alien, it perceives you, the human, as a threat. I know that it would be weird though, because then there was the Aliens versus Predator game from 2010 that came out, and that one, you play as an alien, and I think it's in the first level. in the alien missions. I know that the aliens, the xenomorphs, have to kill the you are going after humans, but but I think around the end you do go up against synthetics, which yeah, you're fighting them. And of course Six, the alien that you play as, at some point she does encounter the synthetics. The synthetics become a massive threat. So it's all so it kind of leads into Alien Isolation, where it's basically that whatever I was describing, the aliens don't see synthetics as threats unless they are threatened by them, unless they see like some form of weapon. And the synthetics in Alien Isolation, they're no threat to them. The only thing is that they pretty much do hands. They swing hands. They choke people, but they're not. But they don't see. But the aliens don't see the synthetics as the alien doesn't see the synthetics as a threat, and neither do the synthetics. So it's like you got two villains that don't even. You got two things to worry about aside from the crazy maniac humans that you go up against. So it is very interesting, and seeing that the alien bonds with this, I was like, what the fuck? Okay, that's interesting. I thought that was interesting.
I didn't expect is this. Now,
But still like I don't know, she already preyed on its downfall.
the movie that Predator Badlands actually is, once again, it is not remotely the movie that you have seen in any of the advertising. The advertising hid what this movie actually is. Predator Badlands is an overt, in your face story about an insecure runt of a predator.
There's no fucking way she called Deck an insecure predator. As someone who's seen it twice, um, as someone who's seen it, Deck was not insecure. He wasn't an insecure predator. He was a he was more of a more focused. I don't know actually. How do I describe it?
In your face story
He's like,
about
it's
an
like
insecure runt of a predator.
he is a runt, and he is considered to be the weakest. His father deems him to be the weakest in the entire clan, but insecure is not one of them. Rather, he's actually a very determined predator. Just like all the others in his clan, he is a very determined predator that's out to hunt. All right. And the main focus for him in this entire movie was to get a trophy. At first, it was to get this very unbeatable creature that has regenerative powers, that has regenerative abilities. And yeah, that was his focus. He at first did it for. Let's see what she says before I go further.
Trying to prove himself to his clan, but he meets a robot that helps him get in touch with his feelings and talk about his feelings and the importance of being sensitive to other creatures, and teaches him to make friends. And he even gets some cute pets along the way on the movie. Do you think that that's a